Back with another, shoot, what is this thing called? I always have to look. Epic Heroes. I always want to call it like Epic Force or something like that. The old, those of you who are old enough to remember the Epic Force series back in the early 2000s, right? All right, Epic Hero 4-inch series. And this is Luke Skywalker in his Jedi gear, but he's got his little, I guess, Grogu holder, we could say. So this is kind of Book of Boba Fett version of Luke. This is our first... How do we put this? Non-makeup, non-creature, not helmeted, like normal human figure in the line. You can see what we've got there. So let's go ahead and open up Luke and check him out. So my first thought when I see this figure is I think back to that 5 POA really crappy version from about 2010 of Jedi Luke. And not 2010, 2015, I guess. This is so much better. The face is better. I mean, it's not like face printing tech and all that we get with TVC. But it's still nice. And look at the robes. Like, we actually have tabards hanging down, which is kind of cool. There's a little extra detail to it. He does have a hole in the back here, which I'm betting... Yep, we got a hole in the backpack, so we can do that. We'll get to that in a minute. He does not have the holes in the wrist, though, to add the other pieces that we saw on, like, Sabine or Paz Vizsla or Mando. But this is kind of a nice figure. I kind of like him. In all honesty, Jedi Luke has always been one of my favorites. The vintage Jedi Luke is probably one of my favorite vintage figures. So the backpack here is made, it's nice and deep so it can fit the Epic Hero series Grogu in it. It's just got two little pieces that come up over his shoulders. Let's see if we can get this in here. And then we just plug that into the back so it stays like that. So it's just kind of rests like that. Not too bad. And then he comes with his lightsaber. Not terribly long. Kind of a nice version of his lightsaber. It's got two coats of paint on there, which is more than we've gotten in the past on some things. And all in all, this is not a bad figure. I mean, yeah, it's 5 POA, right? And we do have a ball joint head. And, you know, it doesn't replace any of my TVC Lukes for sure. But it's definitely better than the other 5 POA stuff that we got, which was more of a Death Star 2 Luke. It didn't have, like, the robes over in that. But I like this figure. I could see them possibly reusing parts of this for other Jedi and that. But, you know, this isn't a bad figure. I kind of like it. Sometimes I could see using things like this maybe for parts in a diorama or something like that if you're doing that. I know there's people like me who just do giant collections of all the different characters and that, which is where he's going to go for me. But there's uses, I think, for things like this. I know, it doesn't have all the articulation that a lot of people want and things like that, but it's still not a bad figure. It's a nice toy figure. It's the type of thing you can give your kid, let them play with. Like, they get their own Luke, that sort of thing. So there we go. This is our Epic Hero series, 4-inch Luke Skywalker.